welcome or welcome back. My name is Ari and this is my pile. This is the first of two videos that will be haul videos this month. And this is the haul that I bought for myself. Do I have a problem? Maybe. When I go Christmas shopping, I get something for me and something for somebody else. And this is the something for me, right? Sure. The other haul video I'm going to do after the 29th. The 29th is my birthday. So sometime after the 29th, I will do a second haul video that will be all of the gifts that I have been given over the holiday season. This one's the gifts I gave myself. So let's go through all these books and I'll tell you what I got. We'll start with this box. This is my Twisted Retreat box for the month. And I'm not gonna actually unbox all of it. There's like gifts and stuff in here, but I'm just gonna go right down to the bottom and grab the books, plural apparently, and tell you what those are. So, first book is Girl Among Crows by Brendan Vayo. Very pretty. Sprayed edges. Promises to be nice and spooky. Sounds like a domestic thriller, but like horror, child abductions, Norse god cults, some lady leaves her family to solve the mystery. The other one I have is Linguin, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce this. This is like that faux leather. It feels so nice. It's very pretty, but it feels even nicer than it looks. I don't know what this is about, and I don't really see a synopsis on here, but the book's really pretty. I will try to do like a full unboxing of this, but for right now, meh. Then I have this Once Upon a Book Club Halloween edition. I do have the Once Upon a Book Club advent calendar, which I'll have a whole video on that, opening all the things in the advent calendar, and that'll have some more books in it, but today's the first day of advent calendars when I'm recording this. So this one has Hemlock Islands by Kelly Armstrong in it, and as you read the book, you find the present with the corresponding pages and open it. So I'm not going to open any of these. I'll put this right back. Just know that I do have that, and maybe I'll make a video on it eventually, but not today. Then, book of the month box. I have two books. One of them is my free birthday month book, and then the other one is just this month's book. So this is this month's book. It's The Kingdom of Sweets, and it's a Nutcracker retelling, I think a fantasy Nutcracker retelling. And then the book that I picked for my birthday month was The Future by Naomi Alderman. I kept seeing this for Goodreads Choice Sci-Fi, and it looked kind of interesting, so I picked it up. Next up, I did back Kate Wismer's Marionette series. It's a 4-book series. This is the entire series. The last book just came out, I think, end of November, early December, and I got all 4 of the books in paperback form because they're pretty, so I can have them on my shelves. These are new adult vampire / witch romances. I don't like witches, but this doesn't have all the cliche shit that I hate about witch novels in it. So I like this. I've read the first 2. I need to read the second 2, but nice addition for my shelves. Then this was just a pre-order that came in at Saga Volume 11. I don't know what to say. Like, this is a fantastic sci-fi graphic novel series, and yeah, I love it. I pre-order these every time a new one comes out. And this final big box, I found a store that was having a sale on new books, unused books, for under $5 each. And I kind of went a little bit wild and bought a bunch of stuff. So first up, I have Vox by Christina Dulcher. There are a lot of books in here, so I'm probably not going to give you like full synopsis, mostly because I don't know, I don't remember what the synopsis is, but I do know that this is horror, and that's, I think it's something about not being able to talk. Then I got the Skyward Flight collection by Brandon Sanderson and Jancy Patterson. I have this collection on ebook already. I just wanted a physical copy for my Brandon Sanderson shelf, but I haven't read it. I've read Skyward, Starsight, and Cytonic, which are the first 3 books in the 4-book series. I have the 4th book, and I have the novella collection, but I haven't read them yet. So this one's going on the TBR. Then I have Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. I know this is fantasy. I'm not sure if it's young adult or new adult, but I do know it's fantasy, and that's it. That's all I needed. Fantasy. Yay. Then I have a horror called The Return. I don't know what this is about, but from the looks of it, it looks like somebody's haunting this house. Maybe a kid or a woman. Her friend disappeared and a stranger came back. Oh, okay. So maybe not a haunted house. Maybe this is like demonic possession, which I don't mind. I'm down for this. I don't know anything about this book. It's a horror. That's all I know. I've already read this. This is The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas. This is fantastic. If you like Rick Riordan and his Percy Jackson series or any of his Olympian series, this is South American gods and goddesses and demigods, plus it's queer. It's just as well written as Rick Riordan's, just a different author, different pantheon. Highly recommend this one. Next pile out of the same box, these 3 books are by St. Martin's Press, so I will be talking about them. Then I have Lovecraft Country by Matt Ruff. All I know about this is the show, and the show looked interesting. I don't watch television, but I'll see like ads for television shows and stuff like that on YouTube or TikTok. And this looked interesting, so when I found the book for cheap, I was like, sure, why the hell not? It's horror. I would like to read something Lovecraftian that is not super fucking racist. So why not Lovecraft Country? Then I picked up Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. I believe this is on my 24 books I need to read in 2024. And I just like Roxane Gay's writing, so even if it's not, I still wanted this book. Then I have The Beautiful by Renee Audier. This is, I believe, vampire fantasy romance that I know people on YouTube or BookTube have been talking about for years and years and years, so I figured I might try this series. God knows I don't need to start another series, though. Then I have Etiquette and Espionage, The Fine Art of Finishing Others. This sounded so dumb that I needed to have it. Like, I don't know what this is about. It's the first book of the Finishing School trilogy. It sounds like Victorian assassins. Victorian lady assassins. It's perfect. I have Bad Cree by Jessica Johns. I believe this is horror, but it's indigenous horror, which I like. Everything, all the indigenous horror that I've read so far I've really liked, so let's try a new author. More indigenous horror. And I have Fever Dream by Samantha Schweblin. Is that how you pronounce her name? I don't know what this is about. Apparently it's like a literary ghost story. Sure. Then I have Follow Me to Ground by Sue Rutherford. I think this is like eerie fantasy. Like fantasy that leans into horror a little bit. I like the cover. Speaking of creepy horror covers with flowers on it, I've got Horrid by Katerina Lino. Again, fantasy, creepy gothic fantasy that leans into horror. I'm sensing a theme here. Then I have Small Favors by Erin Craig. I know nothing about this book other than I keep seeing it on TikTok. I don't know what it's about or even what genre it is, but I keep seeing it on TikTok and I like the colors and I like bees. God, I have a low standard for books that I'm going to read, don't I? Next up, I have The Gift of Fear. This is another one on my 24 to read in 2024. And I believe it's about domestic violence or just violence in general to help people survive. I don't know. Nonfiction. Not a whole lot to say here. Then I have a couple of the Witcher books. I want to continue on with the Witcher series eventually, so I just grabbed a couple of books, so I have them. And then another one that I've already read, the Kaiju Preservation Society. This was one of my 5 stars from last year and one of my favorite books from last year, so I just wanted a physical copy of it, so I picked it up when I found it for really cheap. This is a short pandemic novella that's kind of funny. The main character in this book, or the perspective character in this book, doesn't have a gender, which I didn't realize until recently, but apparently if you imagine this character as a man, he comes off like a prick. But I imagine this character as a woman, and I thought she was funny. So maybe imagine the main character as a woman? I don't know. It was a very interesting conversation that I had about this book. Those are 31 books that I've bought myself for Christmas. One for each day of December. That was not on purpose. But yeah, so much for clearing off my TBR, right? I will see you all tomorrow for another video. Thank you for hauling these books with me. Bye.